right, here we are. We're going to talk about a topic that a bunch of people have requested, and I'm sure it's everybody's favorite topic, and it's this. Self-defense. Pow! All right, self-defense is a difficult topic, and it is very, very, very fact-specific. So don't go out there and listen to my lecture and think you're going to shoot somebody and get away with it. I represent lots of people who I feel were legally justified in using self-defense, yet they got arrested and they went to court and they got a trial. All right? So don't do it unless you really, really have to. Now, the big question, what is self-defense in Texas? All right? Or when are you entitled to use self-defense? Here's what the law says. You can use self-defense when and to the degree that it's reasonably necessary, or the actor reasonably believes that force is necessary. And it's got to be immediately necessary to protect the actor from another person's use or attempted use of unlawful force. We all get that? When and to the degree the actor reasonably believes that force is immediately necessary to protect the actor from another's use of force or their attempted use of unlawful force. Now, the law will presume, or they assume, that you're right. The law is going to presume that you're entitled to use self-defense if the person unlawfully and with force enters your occupied habitation, vehicle, business, or place of employment. All right? Now, like I said before, self-defense is extremely fact-specific, and it's an extremely complicated area of the law, one that I can't fully explain on a video, but I want to give you some of the nuts and bolts. First thing, and this comes up all the time, let's say you go to Walmart and you get into an argument with somebody at Walmart, which is not very nice, and this person at Walmart comes over and pushes you. So what do? You're a concealed handgun holder. You pull out your gun and you shoot him right between the eyes. You know what that's called? That is called murder. You're using deadly force against somebody who's coming at you with non-deadly force. Okay? So let's change the example a little bit. Let us say that you're at Walmart and you're minding your own business and a guy comes over and pushes you. And he says, "Hey jerk, get out of this aisle. I don't like the way you look." And you mind your own business, you keep looking at stuff, and he goes over and gets a baseball bat and he runs right at you. Runs right at you with the baseball bat, you pull out your gun and shoot him. Is that going to be self-defense? Probably. Why? Because he came at you with a deadly weapon. If somebody comes at you with a deadly weapon, a knife, a club, a gun, tries to run over you with their car, you're probably going to be justified in using self-defense because they've got a deadly weapon. Okay? So you can use deadly force when they have a deadly weapon. So in other words, if it's a fist fight, you got to keep it a fist fight. You can't go out there and shoot somebody just because they want to fist fight you. But if somebody comes out there with a knife or a gun and points it at you and you reasonably believe that it's immediately necessary to protect yourself, you can use that gun when they've got a deadly weapon. All right? Now, these principles extend in a lot of other areas as well. It's not just self-defense. You can have defense of property, defense of a third party. That's why I'm saying this stuff is extremely, extremely complicated. But the takeaway from this is this proposition. You've got to be reasonable in your belief, and it's got to be immediately necessary to protect yourself. Okay? Now, if you invite someone into your home and they get a little bit out of hand, they get drunk, well, they're in your home and they might start a scuffle with you, but you know what? Is that immediately necessary? But more so than that, they didn't come in unlawfully. You let them in. They didn't come in with any force, all right? So just because they're causing trouble in the house doesn't mean that you can shoot them with a gun. Now, if they pick up a candlestick and try hitting you on top of the head, you're going to have a much better case for self-defense, okay? Now, this subject comes up a lot. I've had a lot of trials over this subject. In fact, it comes up so many times, the code section, if you want to look it up, is the Texas Penal Code. Section 931. And that's when it starts self-defense. And they got self-defense, use of deadly force, protecting your property, defense of a third party, etc. If you guys like this video, I'll produce some more videos with some more examples and maybe get more in depth. Thank you very much. I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this.